What is up? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Back here with some more Fortnite, and today I'm going to be showcasing what could possibly be my best game I've ever played. It's definitely my best game in terms of eliminations in a solo game, but I want to state one thing right now. I am not very good. I never claimed to be, and not to mention, you should know how bad I am. I'm in the zero build lobby, so not that I can't build a wall or a ramp or something, but I can't build under pressure, and I think that's the big thing. But ultimately, I do kind of like not having to worry about building, but nonetheless, I've never been historically good, and I just want to point that here. But in this game, I get my most eliminations I've ever had in a solo game by far. But what makes this whole thing funny is that I nearly threw this game multiple times, as you're going to see. And the last one is, oh my god, my heart sank when it happened. And you're going to see it for yourself near the end of this game. But nonetheless, I just wanted to showcase this game for you guys. And let me know what your ultimate solo game you ever had, most eliminations, or maybe it's just something you did really well that didn't matter about eliminations, you just had a really well played game. But nonetheless, here I land at the sandy steps, and I'm not going to go through the entirety of the game. I will fast forward to get to the more interesting parts. I know a lot of people don't want to see someone just walking around wondering and doing nothing, so I'll get to the parts that actually matter. So after I get this Avengers chest, I see that there is a little bit of fighting, and I do see one person here, and you know, it's always nice to start out with a kill very early on, and I believe that's the, I could be wrong, is that the M&M skin? But I take care of him, and that is my first kill. It's always good to start out, you know, get a kill, get early on, and build up that momentum, but unfortunately, that is all the action in Sandy Steps. As I said, it's my favorite area. I don't know why it's my favorite area, but it's the one I have the most familiarity with, the one I like going the most, and normally you get at least a squad or two here, but in this case, only one. But don't worry, the action is coming. And I say that very loosely because you're about to see. You remember I told you about, hey, you know, I'm not very good, but sometimes some of the kills you get aren't, well, they're very, well, I'll just show it. You'll understand where I'm going with this. Yeah. You know, I keep thinking, I keep going back like a good old person, thinking about the good old days. I remember early season 1 Fortnite, you know, the original Battle Royale when it first came out. And I remember how hard it was for me just to get a few kills. Like, if I was ever doing anything, you know, if I was playing on a team or playing by myself, usually I was struggling to get 3 or 4 kills. If I ever got 5 or more, it was just an amazing day. And now, I think you can tell there is a lot of players that are just, I think we know they're probably not really players, but yeah, I'll be nice, but you know where I'm going with this. It doesn't feel, I guess, as satisfying because that was bad. That was painfully pathetic. But nonetheless, you know, when you're not very good like me, I guess you have to take it any way you can get it. And hey, I'm not going to cry with 8 kills pretty early on in the game. And as we go to the Nitro Dome, I do stumble upon another person who basically, you know, not really great or bad, just kind of like a little fly or swat. You just get rid of him pretty easily, and he didn't even really shoot at me. Yeah, so I've basically had 8 kills in a row that kind of really are really questionable. But don't worry. Now the fun's really going to begin, because I see the rocket over here, and by the way, are they ever going to fix this glitch? Because it's been going on the last few days, but nonetheless, I see it here, and this is where I nearly throw the game, you know, the first time. I have a really, really bad problem, and maybe it's just me, but as I said, I see the rocket booster, and I see a guy over here, and I hit him pretty decently. Well, he took bunny hopping all over the place, and I reload, and I try to follow him around the fence. But I have a problem, as you're about to see here. Is I did a little damage to him. I'm trying to get over here and get him. He doubles back the other way, and I'm trying to get him. When I get into a really up-close fight, for some reason, even though I claim I don't do it, and I said I skipped the AI person there, I swear I don't hit the emote button, but for some reason my emote button just comes over, and I'm just like, I didn't press the button, but it just comes on the screen, and I get really fortunate there. Nearly die from the explosion. To be fair, I don't think the emote really messed me up too much there, and even if it did, I think I would have killed the guy anyway because of the auto turret. But I have this problem where I'll get into a fight, a really close up and personal fight, and I'll just accidentally hit the emote button. It'll come on the screen, it'll throw me off for a second, but by the time I get out of it, it's already too late. But nonetheless, it was a close call there, as he did. He definitely had a game plan and nearly took me out with him. Daggone Billy Bombs, I like to call him. But anyway, I need, and I do pick up the Emma Frost thing, which is very key because it does help me out later in the end game. But I obviously am lacking in health. And by the way, keep this in mind, me being in high shield, low health is not the first time that happens in the game. It's going to get more critical as you see on. But nonetheless, I do survive this encounter. So I hear some fighting in the freaky fields, and I use the chainsaw, because why else would you use anything else for mobility other than a chainsaw? I still can't get over that, by the way, but I used the chainsaw, which does come into play, not in this whole fight, but it does come into play later on, because I do honestly believe it's one of the reasons why I do ultimately win this game. But I ultimately come in here and I get a bunch of people fighting, and once again, they're really not focusing on me, so I'm kind of just like walking into a fight, which I'm really good at doing in this game. I like just entering a fight that people have already started and picking off the pieces, because as I said, you got to take any advantage you can get. So I take out two dares, another guy shoot me on the side. I get on the house, and I miss him a little bit with the AR, but he does come up close, but unfortunately for him, I do have the gold shotgun, so I do get the Emma Frost thing. I see him a little bit. Do a little tick damage here. He tries to rush me, and yeah, it doesn't end well for him, and he gets blasted. So, right there, 13 kills. I'm never going to complain with that. But there is 8 other people left standing, so I'm wondering if, hey, could I get even more? Remember that chainsaw I mentioned earlier? I made the decision to pick up the chug juice and basically have that instead of the chainsaw, but as soon as I see that in the distance, I quickly change my mind because I don't want to deal with that. I have a very bad track record of having chainsaw people go on chainsaws and come after me. You can check one of my earlier Fortnite videos where I was playing with a buddy of mine, and what's worse than one chainsaw guy come after you? How about 2 of them? And I basically am screaming, run to the house. Basically like I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger saying, run to get to the chopper. But nonetheless, I do pick this up, and it does become the right decision. Not even because of that player. Maybe it was that player. I don't know. I couldn't tell who it was. But anyway, I proceed towards the mountain. And as I'm going up the mountain with the whole chainsaw thing, I realize that someone's up here, and he shoots me, and I realize, oh, I'm not going to probably be going up there with him. So I decided to bail it. Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. I haven't used the chainsaw too much to ride it like this. I had no idea that, like, would I take fall damage from this? Was I going to die? Maybe not from this slide here, but I didn't know that if you, like, lunge over a hill in, like, fast speeds with the chainsaw, would it even hurt you or anything? So I was figuring this stuff out, like, right here. I was basically going to, what do they call it, F around and find out. And thank God I didn't have to find out the hard way, but I do get out of this. But this guy is determined. He's constantly shooting at me, and I'm just trying to go around Castle Doom, which is going to come back to play later on and by the end of this game, but I'm just trying to ride up here, and I learned the hard way that I can't go up here with the chainsaw. Apparently it just wouldn't let me go up a straight wall, so I do get lucky, get inside here. I just need a moment to relax, catch my breath at this point, but nonetheless I do get out of this jam. As I run out of Castle Doom and try to get in a circle, I hear someone shooting up here, and so the Emma Frost thing comes in handy here, and I take out this guy pretty easily. But he does give me a little scare at the end with the whole Black Panther, I believe, thing. And once again, I don't have a good track record of people having that stuff and meleeing me up close because for some reason they seem to always get the better of me, but nonetheless I do survive. And basically from this point on, I'm just going to be taking a few pot shots from people on top of this mountain. And as I'm trying to get up this mountain, there's fighting everywhere. There's people close behind me with the footprints. There's fighting in the distance, or even a car that eventually passes by. My auto sentry turret's trying to lock onto someone. So I just get the chainsaw, get up here. Real easy to do. And I see the car close by. So I'm kind of surrounding all sides. And at this point, I'm kind of trying to play a little bit more safe. I don't want to necessarily engage unless I have to. I do got the little jump pad there if I need it, but I'm just trying to see what everyone else is going to do, because that's the thing about these final circles is, or any, I guess, moment in the game period, is that you'll see a fight, you'll get it, and then someone else will see your fight and get behind you. But I want to focus more attention on this one guy with the Iron Man boots, because basically he's going to come into play big time. But basically, I stay up here and try to hold this high point for a distance. I see a bunch of people with the whole scan for distance. I take a few pot shots. Nothing too fancy here. But eventually, I do have someone that tries to sneak up at me on the mountain. I give him credit. He actually got a lot closer than he probably should have, but I was so into shooting this guy over here that I just, as I said, you get so focused in. But eventually, thank God my auto turret kind of sent him out. I'm not saying he would have killed me. Probably not, with the way he missed so badly, but he did have a victory crown, so I will take that. But yeah, nothing really after that happens. Just people taking pot shots at each other. I'm trying to see if I can't thin out the herd a little bit. I'm at 15 kills right now. The circle is starting to move in. I see this guy I've been focused on here. He sees me a little bit here. But nonetheless, I do got to be careful, because I don't want to be caught with my pants down by my ankles just because of that one guy with the rocket boots who's eventually going to come into play. Because at this point, I basically deduced that he is the biggest threat remaining left in the game. These guys are taking a few shots at me, but I don't really have to worry about much. But eventually, I realized that the rocket guy is the dude that I got to worry about, because he's got the mobility. He's the one I should take out. Because if I can get rid of him, then I'll have the ultimate mobility, and I don't see anyone else with it. So I also see someone with the Doom Gauntlet. So I try to get this dude. I do hit him. He does kill somebody, but there's another person hiding in there. So I know where two people are at least, but ultimately I do got to worry about the guy who can fly. And there he is right there. So eventually I deduced that, you know what, I'm going to have to 50-50. I'm going to have to go after him. I'm going to have to take him down, because he eventually is going to have to land. And when he does land, he can't be using that for a little while. So I try to get up here on his top point of the castle, and I think he sees me kind of. I'm trying to set a storm, and I know he can do the charge, but it doesn't do too much damage, and most of my 50 other shield is going to tank a little bit of it. I'll take a little bit of damage, but eventually he does charge down here, and he goes down, and I do fall here. So here comes probably a really epic fight. But once again, that Emma Frost thing comes into play here, and this guy, I see through the thing. I just start shooting the side of the wall, and I'm thinking he's going to move eventually, but he just kind of stands and moves a little bit, but I don't think he realized what I was doing, and I actually take him out. And I'm like, oh my god, I got him. I think I got it. But guys, here it comes. The moment I've been building up. So here is the moment, and I've had this happen to me a few times in my Fortnite career. I know everyone's had it happen at least a few times. But basically, I'm trying to get on a ledge, and I'm jumping, and I lay on this stairwell, and I'm trying to drop down on something else. But unfortunately, I think I nudge something else as I'm trying to jump there, and because it nudges me, it pushes me back, and I ultimately completely miss where I was going to land. And as I jump, I go down the little crevice here. I nudge that, and it throws me off, and I completely miss this thing right here. And as I'm falling, I'm just thinking, are you serious? I'm dead. Like, there's no way out of it. Like, I'm basically dead. It's over. I just threw the game. And I know the guy just killed me is still watching me. He's got to be thinking, that's the dude I died to? Yeah, I didn't think there was no chance I could survive this at all. I thought it was over. But as I hit the floor, I realized I was still barely, by a thin margin, with 6 health left, still in the game. I was so stunned by that. I thought that was it. I pick up the boots, and I do get back my AR and swap out things. I give up the chainsaw, but ultimately, the game is still going on, and I'm just frantically looking for health because I have no health thing. There is one chest right here, and I ultimately get some chug juice, and I'm just happy for that because I'm just At least I can get something, get a little bit of health. But I use my Ironman boots, and I'm still not really good at using them. And you'll see right here, because I'm trying to land eventually on this little tower here to drop down and get an advantage and stuff like that. But I accidentally go a little bit in the storm, and that's the last thing I want to do. So I take a little health here, but I do get a little lucky here. I see the guy come up the stairs, got the shotgun, and I hit him pretty hard in the head. And he tries to come up here, but it's just that delayed animation of him jumping up here just did him dirty. And ultimately, I do get a med kit, and that's something I definitely wanted. And I realized, okay, there's one person left. If I could just heal up, pick up my boots again here, I feel like I can get this dub. And I'm using the thing, and I see him marked, so I know where he's at. And by the way, I do want to say I am lucky as hell that this final circle wasn't a castle here. I do try to be really aggressive here for some reason, but he's down a little bit further. I think he's going to come out of here, but no, he doesn't. And I'm trying to wait him in here. But I am lucky I did do this whole final circle in the castle, because if I had not had all these walls when I was really hurt, I probably would have been dive bombed by so many people already. But here, I get really fortunate here, because I go out here first before him, and eventually he only has one spot to come in and come out. And it's right here. So I basically just wait him out, and I hit him pretty hard. Hit him with some shield. Waiting. Hit him with some more shield. And he tries to come in here. I pull out the shotgun. He realizes he's got to come out here. I do health. He does give me one final scare here, but it's already too little, too late. And there it is. My highest kill game, 18 elimination. By the way, the whole emote thing was so messed up. I was trying to do that dance, but I had all this music stuff. I didn't even know what the heck it was. But there it is, my highest kill game. But I think we learned a valuable lesson. I was the most dangerous person on the game, because I was the most dangerous person to myself. It wasn't the other players. It was basically me. But that is going to be it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully I can see you guys back in the upcoming. Thanks, and I'll see you all later. Peace.